Welcome back to page 121. Yesterday I took a look at Journal of the Traveler's Aid Society number 7. Today I'm going to take a look at Journal of the Traveler's Aid Society number 7. The first one from yesterday was from Game Designer's Workshop back in 1981, and this one is the more recent one from Mongoose. I just thought it was kind of funny that I ended up in number 7 on both of those, so I thought, what the heck, I'd do back-to-back videos on it. So I hope you enjoy. Nice cover, and some type of alien. I forget exactly what race he's. I think he's in this issue, staging some kind of heist. And then we have the credits, and was published in 2022. I really love the current JTAS. I got into the Kickstarter for issues 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, right? I think that's what it was. Yeah. And I've been receiving those in e-form, and hopefully we'll be getting the print ones pretty soon. I'm pretty excited. Mongoose is talking about doing another set of journals and doing that as Kickstarter early in 2025. So I'm anxiously awaiting that, and we'll probably be backing that Kickstarter. So there we go. Various illustrations throughout the book, and then many different authors of the pieces. So we start with An Adventure, A Weekend Jump by Peter Simon. Peter Simon's a guy I used to actually play Traveler with back at a game store we used to both hang out at in lovely Mokina, Illinois, the old 3D House of Games. So here you go, Pete. I enjoyed your article, or your adventure here. Stuff you can find in Jump Space. Charted Space. Acis, The Devil You Know by Christopher Griffin. Christopher Griffin, of course, is one of Mongoose's stable of writers and always does an excellent job. So here we have the planetary data for Dupree Sector, Trojan Reach, the flag of Acis, and the history. So a nice planet in the Trojan Reach you can adventure on. And just a good adventure there. Who's the boss? Mortal enemies. And then a nice planet view. And then we get for Highguard, Advanced Lasers by Andrew Benton. More advanced beam and pulse lasers. And here we have all the stuff up for tech levels 10 and 9. Traveling, Deepnight Revelation, character creation. This is pretty neat. Deepnight Revelation is the box set adventure where you're going into the deep unknown. And this is just a way to create your travelers for that set. It's a nice little tie-in to the product that Mongoose had already released. And Dr. Izikai Nafir by Tim Hulderick. You might not know his name, but you know the work of the noted cyberneticist who also might be swiping other people's work and claiming it as his own. There are his stats. Highguard, The Golden Dawn Yacht by C. Urs. We'll hit that. Okay, I'm thinking that's some kind of joke name, but in any case, Golden Dawn Yacht, a neat little yacht. I'm not a huge yacht fan, but I absolutely see where they would have their place for famous owners and how they're used. And then, of course, the Highguard for the Tech Level 12 Golden Dawn Yacht displaces 200 tons. So just a very rich man's toy. Central Supply, Initial 24 Armaments Go Cases. I like these. These are basically what they say they are. They are go cases. If you're off to adventure somewhere and you pretty much need a comprehensive hunk of luggage, this is for you. You get the weapons. There's the various weapons that come in it. And then the cases themselves are pretty durable. And what comes in each case. So the Go combo comes with all the items that are in here. And then you should go up in tech and need, it changes around a little bit. The executive cases. So a little pricier, but if you're the executive on the go who may or may not need to get into a firefight, this is the case for you. Tactical cases, if you're planning on getting in a firefight. Alien by Christopher Griffin. The Ithklur. I love the Ithklur. They're one of the races that were manipulated by the Hivers and ended up becoming their Marines. But to hear the Ithklur tell it, they're the ones that manipulated the Hivers into letting them do what they do best, and that is combat. So it's a really nice take. I love the Ithklur. I will probably come back and do a longer look at this article in a future video. Creating an Ithklur Traveler. Oh, it's an Ithklur on the cover. Okay. I thought he was in this issue. Continuing on. And then we have an encounter of Karwick of Clan Seosis by Christian Ura. We'll hit that. Again, I don't know what that name is, but if it's a real name, I apologize. But a nice look at an Aslan clan. Lots and lots of Aslan stuff because of a lot of the stuff takes place behind the claw, and the Aslan are very important there. Look at one of the lords. And then we have Highguard, the Krunga Processing Arc by Adrian Times. This is a Kukri travel arc. These are the Kukri that are think that the Steppe Lords have the wrong idea, and that the Kukri as a race to survive must move. So they kind of take to the pastures and the space lanes, if you will, aboard these vessels. This was a really neat idea. I really enjoyed this article, and I'm going to try to encompass something, or have something like that in one of my games. It's a tech level arc, but it's 465 million ton displacement planetoid. So they just hollowed out a planetoid for their living area, and Kukri, of course, need huge areas because they are creatures of the pasture, and they can't stand to be confined. They are the ultimate claustrophobes in charted space. But really neat idea. And there's a nice crosscut of it. And then the clans, the Kukri clans that are in there. I just thought this is a really cool idea. I'm absolutely going to be putting one somewhere in the Spinward Marches. And then our adventure is the Misadventures at Blinderby Manor by Michael Whittree. This is kind of cool. It's just a neat little throwaway kind of character. And he's got money, but he's in a backwater world, so he's got no real way to spend his money. So he kind of becomes a groupie of travelers as they land on the planet for whatever reason. And he can become a patron and do all kinds of stuff for them, or if they cross him, he could be against them, but he's not malicious. It's just a neat little character. And there he is. And Charted Space Stellar Cartography. I loved this article. This is by Dalton Kelford. This was a good article. I'm going to actually go back and reread this because when I read it, when I go through this, I didn't take the time on it I wanted to. But it shows how to map space in 2 dimensions, accounting for the fact that it's actually 3-dimensional, and how they do it, and credited to a wizard creator called Miller in here. I think we all know Mark Miller would be the credit there. But how to do quadrants, sectors, just really cool. I love stuff like this. I geek out on that stuff. And now we have a patron, Ramona Raskin, Spacer, by Gear Laniskog. And she can be found in any of the Vanguard Reaches worlds. And all our information for this great little encounter. And there are Ramona's stats. And there's Ramona herself. Just a nice little character you can stick into your campaign somewhere. She's aboard a lab ship. And there's the Astrogon Laboratory Trader. Tech level 12, 400-ton displacement vessel. We get the nice high guard on it. I do like lab ships. I think they're cool. The Minnow Slow Pinnace that services it. A high guard for that. The Buggy Sealed Excursion Air Raft. I love air rafts. They're one of my favorite things in Traveler. I don't know why. I just love them. And then Astrodon's Probe Drones. And then we go to, in Charted Space, the Spacers Union by Michael Bailey, officially known as the Solomani Federation of Starship Crew and Worker Unions. This organization is usually referred to as the Spacers Union or just the Union throughout the Solomani Confederation. So it's a nice little union, and it doesn't have to be in the Solomani. You can change a few names to protect the innocent and put this guy anywhere you want it to go. We have another patron, Uraz, I'm not even going to try that last name. He's an emissary by Garrett Laniskog. And let's see what he's just an emissary for the Defenders of Peace. Huh. Neat little patron encounter. And then Central Supply, Infinity Arms Energy Weapons. These are kind of neat. They actually have some stun weapons in here. So here we go. We got a Mark 4 stunner at tech level 12. Range is only 5, 3 die 6 damage, but it's only stunning damage. And then we have the Bestiary, the Harlari, by Isabelle Tricani Cinelli. Found in Vland, this little beastie. It's like a quilled spider type thing. And then Vehicle Handbook, the Iridati Space Defense System by Constantine. I thought this was really cool. Basically, the planet doesn't have enough funding to put deep meson guns below the surface where they can fire without disrupting the surface, and then the particles pass through and then they hit the target on a timed release and boom, boom. Instead, since they didn't have the ability to build the installations, they use submarines. And submarines serve the exact same purpose. I thought this was a really cool idea. And there we get a look at the submarine itself. And another sport submarine. Just a neat idea. One thing I love about TAS, in the current form and the old form, you get a lot of good ideas out of this. And Immigration in the Imperium by Tim Heiderek. This was really kind of cool. Immigration in the Imperium is not something I give a ton of thought about. I live in the United States, and I'm used to just being able to go from state to state. But immigration in the Imperium wouldn't be that way. You'd be going from planet to planet, and the planets aren't under one government. They are under their own government. So there would be some different laws for immigration and registration. So I just thought that was kind of neat. Now we have a Lightning Alien Patron from Gear Lenniskog. And this is an enclave in Rupert. And you're going to be dealing with the folks from there. The mission. Rupert Feather Red Bird Dark Storm Cloud. There he is. And he's a Freeney hybrid. And then we go to Charted Space, the Black Zone Astro-Tomb by Gary Crowther. Black Zone Astro-Tomb. I love space legends and deep lore, what might be out there, what spacers tell in bars, what tales they tell. I just thought this was kind of a nice one to throw into that mix. And then the back cover. So there we have it. That's it for Volume 7 of the Journal of Travelers Aid Society. Lot of nice stuff in this issue. There's always good stuff in JTAS. I have always considered JTAS in this form or the original form, or even when it morphed into Challenge Magazine, I have always considered this one of the better resources available to any role-playing game. Right there with Dragon Magazine, I've always loved JTAS. So let me know what you think. I 7 and 7 backing each other. Just kind of happened that way. I'd be interested in doing this in the future for 8-8. If anybody wants that, please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, comment on any other things you saw in here. Please always be polite. Like and subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Take a look at the Patreon. See if you can help me out there. And that's all I've got for today on page 121. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.